Hey, what is up everybody, Blades over here, and today I have for you guys another video of Persona 5X. In today's video guys, we're going to be going over social links and exactly how they work inside of this game. I had a question recently on this and they wanted at least a video on this here, and we did one a very long time ago, but we have not updated it since. So of course, I think it's about time to of course update that guide as well. So if you guys are interested in this type of stuff here, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. And as always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more. I'm going to be doing, of course, multiple videos of at least P5X as much as possible, trying to make sure all of you guys are informed about everything revolving this game. If you guys also want to stay more informed as well, be sure to join down below in the description into that Discord there. Helps me out quite a lot, one, and two, it keeps you guys informed as much as possible if you want to be in my community as well. But now that we got the yapping out the way, let's go ahead and talk about the actual subject of the whole video here, which is social links. Now, social links, of course, in all Persona games have been a major thing here, whether it's with your confidants, whether it's just you wanting to get up your just normal everyday type skills, or at least stat points and things of that nature. Now, inside of this game, social links aren't really any different as well. The only thing that's different is how to encounter them, technically how to encounter them, as well as what you use to do these encounters. So we're gonna go ahead and just break it down to at least what are these things going to be used for these said social links. Well, every day you gain yourself these little hourglasses that you see over that city button right there. Those hourglasses, you gain 5 of them every day. Well, with those 5, you can do a multitude of different things, whether it comes down to at least working a job, getting yourself some small stat points, while also getting yourself some actual currency. Or if you want to go to the movie, where of course you go ahead and spend some at least currency and one of these little hourglasses here to get just any type of I want to say stat points, to be really honest, social stat points of your choosing, or to hang out with some of your at least confidants. Now, the thing about this is all these hourglasses will account to one of these here. There are also different at least options here where you have the regular just awarding, or at least the 1x awarding, and then the 3x highly awarding here. Pretty much what this is normally you will see like a little bit of a I want to say they're like a stamp kind of. Think of it like a market stamp where it says like 20% off, but instead this is actually saying a 3x reward stamp, right? Whenever you have that here, it gives you 3x more of course, like cash here, as well as this little social stat, but it does take 3 times more of these hourglasses. Now, this isn't really a bad thing. It actually helps you out because it saves you some time. And I do think you do get just a teensy bit more, of course, if you do the 3x as well. But since we already went over those hourglasses here, those hourglasses are called energy points. And as I did say, you get 5 every day, so you want to make sure you use these guys. Each time you go on one of these things here, they will have the social stats, in which all of these social stats, just like in the Persona game here, of course, will contribute to certain things. The higher you get them up, of course, you will unlock different little confidants, you'll be able to meet with certain people, and your social stats will actually equate to something that Wonder himself will be able to unlock and actually do. Well, the same thing is here. Okay, there's nothing really different about it. The only thing is, let's say you've used all of your energy points. How do you get those back other than waiting to the next day? Well, luckily for you, there are these little containers that you can get, whether you of course have dailies, the monthlies, I think there are some for the weeklies as well. But these little energy drinks, of course, if you use one of these guys, they actually give you 5 of those energy points back. And so if you really had a bunch of these, you could very well just stack up on them and use them when you really feel like clearing all of your confidants and clearing those of all of your choices here. At this point in time, this is pretty simple, pretty straightforward here, but we're going to kind of lean towards the confidant area because of course we all know we can always work at a job, we can always do all that stuff, but what we really want to know is how the confidants really work. Well, that goes down in the confidant section. Now, at the beginning of the game, I'm not sure if they're going to have this function like they have it now, but at the beginning of the game, of course, you were able to unlock these said confidants. Now, confidants react in a way where you meet them either in the story or either you do a side quest. Usually they're meant for different side questing, so each of these confidants, you don't have to have the character for them. There's no need to of course summon for a character just to get the confidant unlocked. All these characters inside the confidant type material here, or the confidant area here, are all unlockable through just sitting around and actually just doing the side quest for it. And with this in mind here, you very well can dedicate when they actually are able to show up. At least now you can. At the beginning of the game, you couldn't do this little function, or sorry, not this function here. there is a certain function that I'm trying to find, which is this one right here. You couldn't do this function at the beginning of the game. I'm not sure if, of course, they're gonna have this, but what this is it says pretty much for daytime, afternoon, and then at night, you can meet these said people. This can actually dedicate who you're gonna be meeting at these points in time. As you guys saw, I actually met up with Mont first here at the beginning of the video, and if I kept going, seeing it's not nighttime just yet here, and let's just do something in the background while I'm explaining. But if you did dedicate it this way, and it gets to the other time of day, you're most likely going to meet that person of that time of day. This allows you to kind of get up those characters instead of it being more of a random timing. It allows you to get those characters up as fast as possible, as much as you want to get either your prizes or really just get whatever you want out of this. But confidants are kind of a huge thing in here as well. Just like in the main game, of course, you unlock different things by doing these confidants, and this is no real different. So if we go ahead and take a look at some of the confidants that we do have here, right? And I guess I can show Runa because I'm pretty sure it's about nighttime or about to hit nighttime here. Let's see. Yes, it is. Okay, so we have nighttime. So as you see, here's a little 3 times, what is it called? The 3 times stamp. So you know what I'm talking about. And this is Runa. Of course, she popped up at nighttime. Like, of course, we have her set. Well, I wanted to at least max out Runa because, of course, with her being maxed out, we get certain prizes. Now, depending on what level you have here, it will be locked. Let's say you get to level 4 with a confidant. That all of a sudden you will not be able to at least go up that level with that set confidant until you meet them again. So pretty much I can be level 4 with this character, and I know for a fact that at least the EXP bar is 250 out of 250, but instead it won't let me go up that level. Well, that's because you have to meet them once again, and that goes a little bit further into their little side story / dialogue. Once you do that, then it of course will level you up and you unlock more goodies. For each of these levels, of course, you get yourself a decent bit of stuff here, in which usually is 80 gems per level here, which can get you, I think, once you get to 15 for the character, I think you have 1,300 or 1,200 per person. So that's almost a whole like multi just for doing the confidant, and which is really helpful. Every character has their own differences here. For example, she actually unlocks or at least lowers some of the prices for Shibuya street stores, which is really nice. And as you slowly progress further into her things here, Akihabara, she actually lowers those prices, and so on and so forth. Every character will have their own little perks and bonuses, and these are bonuses that are permanent. You don't have to equip them or anything like that. There's anything that has to be new with that. All of these are just automatically on your account the second you unlock them. Now, of course, there are ways to make at least unlocking or at least upgrading your confidants even faster, and this goes along with at least your energy points and your activity points to see exactly how this is going to work. Well, remember, activity points, you can go ahead and work a job. Those are actually important in this because it's not only just the social stats that you're looking for, but the money is actually a huge part. By buying said things, of course, or at least getting the money as always, you can go ahead and get certain actual items for this specific character that will actually give you more points for their confidant. This is another way to quickly get them up, especially seeing there's a ton of confidants out here. And of course, once you go ahead and get them up, you're getting all those goodies. But if you do hit level 15 with them, you are able to have a relationship with the character. Now, this is something that we've always have seen in these Persona games, of course. Unfortunately, for at least my females out there, the males are not dateable. And some dudes out there, hey, I ain't judging, but they are not dateable just yet. No surprise in there, especially with Atlas. But hey, you can still, of course, have relationships with characters here and build a bond with all your characters. By doing so, of course, you have all these goodies that you can get and a specific little what is it called, icon that you can also have for either dating the character or just deciding to be a really trusting friend. Pretty much everything is about the same, especially when it comes down to confidants and our social stats. Nothing really is something that's like crazy. For example, having knowledge points won't really matter for at least the classroom quests or at least the classroom answers. You're always going to get those guys right. It doesn't matter what you do, you're always going to get them right. And they really don't contribute much other than just the social stats are just meant for us to either unlock certain at least confidant timings, and that's about it. But all in all, that's all I really need to go over today, especially when it did come down to the social stats. Some of you guys really want to know a little bit more on that, so I decided to elaborate on it just a little bit further. But as always, if you guys have more questions or either want to see other videos on the channel, be sure to let me know down below in the comment section. And until next time, everybody, peace out.